Should we take dating advice from men? Video by Amri Unfiltered. All right, let's check this one out.
And we're back.
Hello.
It's Amala.
It's Risa.
Welcome to Omri Unfiltered. What are we doing today, Risa?
So we've done a video about women giving male dating advice and men giving men dating advice. And now we have not done men giving women dating advice.
Ooh, we're really working with you guys.
Yes.
We're coming up with topics.
I would like the women to flood the comments with, you can't ask a fish how to fish.
Oh my gosh, the amount of men. Yeah, you can't. What was it? You can't ask a fish how to be a fisherman or some shit like
Wait,
that.
no, is that what it is? You can't ask a fish?
Yeah, because if you want to catch a woman, we sound dumb as rocks right now. If you want to tell a woman, which is the fish, like if a woman is not gonna.
Basically, I'm guessing on their video of when they were, should men take dating advice from women, a lot of guys were saying that men shouldn't take dating advice from women. My opinion on that is, I think anybody can give good dating advice if they have dated successfully. And that's what I mean, like long-term dating or have gotten married, 10-year, 20-year marriage. I think those are the people you should be seeking advice from if you're going to get advice from anybody. Other than that, if they're a single person, they're probably going to give you some bad advice because why aren't they in a relationship, right?
Tell me how to catch a fish.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
You can't ask a fish. We sound really intelligent. Mark Cuban, we are these strong, independent, intelligent women who voted for Donald Trump. So yes, ladies, flood the comments with that. We're not going to ask a fish how to be a fisherman.
Then if you see people who have dated successfully, usually they've had good examples, they see both sides of it, right? They have a 2-parent home where they've seen their mom treat their father a certain type of way and they've seen their father treat their mother a certain type of way, so they know how a relationship should be if their parents were happy and still together.
Oh my god.
But yeah, some of it is good advice, some of it we'll unpack.
Yeah, so men, let's hear it. What should we be doing out on the dating scene? Number one, this guy's gonna break bro code and let us know what to do.
Ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm probably breaking bro code by even sharing this, but I have to be honest. As a man, speaking as a man here, we know very early on, what our intentions are for you. That means after date 1, date 2, we know if you're wife material, girlfriend material, and we're hunters. So we go after what we want. We will not waste time. If we want you, we will do it.
I think it's even quicker than that sometimes, honestly. He's saying after a date or two, usually a guy, once he sees a girl, he's already starting to categorize her. And, it can change with that first impression, that first conversation. But, the men, they do categorize women very quickly.
We have to do to get you, to have you, because we're men. That's what we do. If he's stringing you along, ladies, if it's been months and he hasn't committed to you, he's not calling you his girlfriend, or if it's been years and he hasn't proposed to you, it's because he doesn't want you like that. I'm telling you right now, do not waste your time on men like that, because we will do whatever you allow us to do. And if you allow us to string you along to play with you, that's exactly what we will do. So if you want a future, if you want a family, then you need to date men who have good intentions for you, who want the same things, who have the same values, because once again, we will play with you if you let us play with you. Don't.
Okay. I think we've heard enough here. I think it's absolutely 100% true. I've never heard a man actually say anything to the contrary. With that. In fact, he said 1 to 2 dates. I think most men know within like 10 minutes of seeing you, speaking to you.
Literally, she's spot on. That's exactly what I said. Like men, we categorize women very fast, man, very fast.
Where you are. And I've seen like people put this out on a graph. There's actually a TikTok account called Homath, which you guys should look into.
Can somebody explain to me what emotional intelligence means?
Sure. It means when you recognize your own emotions and impulses and the emotions and impulses of others, and then you have the intelligence and skill to integrate both of them into a solution that gets everyone what they want.
But you have categories. It's like, I want nothing to do with you. I want to just sleep with you. I want to date you, and I want to marry.
That John says sleepers. Hold on, we gotta go back to that.
But you have categories. It's like, I want nothing to do with
keepers, sleepers, and sweepers. Yeah, man. I mean, you can break it down and get real scientific with it, but basically, if I'm gonna keep you around, I'm gonna, what I'm saying, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and yeah, I'm not even gonna deal with you at all.
you. I want to just sleep with you. I want to date you, and I want to marry or be in a long-term committed relationship. You are wifey. I want to have you have my kids. And men will put you in that category almost damn near as soon as they meet you. And there's not a lot of upward mobility, meaning if they put you in the bang category, you're not probably moving up to the dating category, and you're probably not moving up to the wifey category. But you can move down because we can always learn more, and red flags can pop up and they can move you down.
And women, how you behave and how you act, how you dress, all of those things will go into it. But it's even your energy, man. I tell you, it's even your energy. You could be the most wholesome looking woman on the outside, be very well spoken, well behaved, well mannered, but if your aura tells him that she probably a freak and she be sleeping around and she gonna be easy, then he's gonna be able to tell. The same way women can tell certain things about men, but a lot of times women just they've got a great intuition, but they just have a hard time following it because of their emotions. And they like they say, women fall in love with what they hear, men fall in love with what they see. A lot of times a guy can have certain red flags or his energy can be off, but just by the way he sings those sweet tunes to you, you'll be falling for him.
But typically, if they've spotted the red flags, you're not moving up.
I will say, though, I do know of some relationships that have stemmed from it being a casual hookup, and then they ended up liking each other. So I think maybe the first initial reaction was, okay, it was just a hookup. We met on Tinder, and then they got married.
And you think the men categorize that woman in that way, and we're like, this is not going any further. And
I think that the men quickly decided after the initial interaction what they thought of this person, but I don't think that was their first reaction.
Interesting. Okay, so
it is very rare. It's I think that's a rare.
See, that's the thing about meeting on the internet, right? When you're dating on the internet, it's different because that person can portray and try to give off whatever type of energy that they want to you. And usually, as men love hard, so once you start getting feelings for somebody, that one night stand can turn into a marriage, right?
Yeah, I think men will jump to a certain sexual action, having already categorized you in a different sense. Like they might put you in a girlfriend category, but they're not treating you like a girlfriend. But they know that possibility lies there. I think they're also making micro judgments, and this may be subconscious, about how much they can get away with. As this guy said, they might have you in the girlfriend category, but you guys are hooking up casually because that's what he wants at the moment.
Agreed to it, yeah.
But you were probably in that category long before whatever took place. That would be my mindset on it, at least from what I've heard. But I don't know if it's 100% true. If you're a guy watching right now who's met a girl and you had her categorized lower, and then you're like, ooh, all of a sudden, she's giving wifey.
Yeah.
Let me know if that's happened. I know it happens with women.
I think that can happen with guys. It's just very unlikely. Like I said, the best scenario I can give of you of that happening is him meeting her on the internet and he doesn't know what quite to categorize her, or maybe he thought she was giving off whole energy a little bit, and then he met her and it just seemed different. She seemed like a nice person, and maybe he just wanted to look past some of those red flags.
All the time. All the time. Women will be like, this man is ugly.
Yeah, he's like my brother.
He's little. He's like, no, he's like my little brother. I don't, that's weird to me.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh girl, let me see the Instagram of the guy you're seeing. And they'll say, so my phone's dead. I can't even show you this.
Doesn't have a lot of pictures.
Oh my God. Show me to me, please. Send it to me, Rachel.
His personality's really good. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, you don't ever want to be the guy that the woman, she gotta, because you don't look that good, she gotta explain to her friends why she like you and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, sometimes those relationships work out too. It be the ones that other people don't quite understand sometimes that really last.
Then he's moving up the ranks, and you can do that on like a sexual front. You can do that on an intellectual front, on a personality front. There's a lot of upward and downward mobility for women. I don't know if it's the same.
Yeah, this is why you see, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it don't even got to be money sometimes or status. It can just be like, yo, he's just a funny dude, and it'll be that funny fat dude. And you know what they say, man, you can make her laugh and giggle, and you can make that thing jiggle. Yeah.
Same for men. Next. Okay, we got another one coming here. But so far, I think that was a good piece of advice. Now we're going to see a familiar face. This is Matthew Hussey.
This is the female dating coach.
Yeah, and interestingly, his last name is Hussey. So.
Oh man, I know he's making a bag, man. I know he's making a crazy bag off a woman. That's one of the best probably most profitable jobs that you can have is being a female dating coach, because they're gonna pay. They're going to pay.
He's out there teaching the hussies how to get long-term relationships.
I'm not even sure if this guy is into me because he didn't ask me any single question on the first date. But I did agree to go on a second date. And my best friend Sophia told me that anytime that there's silence, I need to learn to shut the F up and take a sip of my water and let him fill the silence and ask me questions. And then
that actually is not bad advice. The idea that, you know, we ourselves might be talking too much.
Oh yeah, he got the whole British accent going in. I know he's making a bag off women.
Really create the space for someone to feel like there's a part for them to play. When we are in the position of feeling like, you know, if we don't talk, the other person's not going to do all of the work for us, we're more likely to step into that position of asking some questions. If you relate at all to being a people pleaser, to fawning as a behavior, to feeling like you feel awkward easily, then you may have a tendency towards filling any silence, even before it's occurred, making sure there never will be a silence, because the idea of that silence is just so painfully anxiety inducing for you. So you say, I'm just going to keep asking questions, and then at the end of the conversation you go, they didn't ask me anything. Sometimes giving them a chance to, or putting them under pressure to, can be a good thing.
Wait a second, did you just victim blame?
Yeah. I think he's victim blaming. He completely ignored the roots of the problem she was presenting.
He's like, no, baby, you were talking too much. That's crazy. Interesting. Anyways, let's get to the
So she was saying, if a man doesn't want to
Yeah, I need him to unpack that, because he was saying a lot, but not really saying nothing.
ask you questions, stay silent and see if he does. Which, in all honesty, if a man's not asking you questions and he doesn't know how to play that conversation tennis, like, he's not.
You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't care, or I don't know, maybe some people are awkward or they're nervous on the first date, but
Yeah, if he's not trying to talk to you, or like really trying to get to know you, because like that first date, that's like, you know, that's the start of the vetting process, right? So he should be trying to get you to talk and to talk about yourself. He don't even have to necessarily be asking you questions, but just being a really good listener, making sure he's like, it's damn near like he's taking mental notes of things that you're saying. Then you can tell that he's really interested. If he's not doing that, then maybe something turned him off.
Even so, yeah, you're grown at that point. I mean, like, this is a tactic that detectives use in police interrogations to catch somebody who's murdered. You know, they wait and sit in silence and then hope that you'll get so uncomfortable that you start filling in the space and explaining things that they can start jotting down. I don't know that we want to do the same thing on a first date.
Beaver asked that question.
What the hell? But if you want to be like a little charitable, it's like, you know, I'm nervous, you're nervous. You know, we're just gonna wait here and see.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me anything?
I think it's healthy if they can sit in silence, but they should just also ask you questions.
Right. It's a problem that you should get over pretty quickly. I mean, if it's a consistent thing, like all throughout, like sitting out, a 2-hour dinner, he doesn't ask you a single question. I don't think the problem is nervousness. Probably not. Just hopefully he's curious. I mean, it's actually a good way of like figuring out what a man's intentions are. If his intentions are truly like not to get to know you, that'll be very clear in just the natural way he converses with you. So yeah, that would not be. She went on a second date with him. What? He didn't ask you one question and you went on.
I think
Yeah, that is a little weird. Like, once you are into it and y'all actually dating or actually together, y'all should be able to just sit in silence without anybody thinking it's weird or a test or any awkwardness going on. But yeah, in the beginning, there should definitely be a lot more conversation.
it's also a sign of narcissism for them to just sell themselves and talk about themselves and to not even care to get to know you too.
Right,
it's
right.
a big red flag.
I'm like, I don't know. I might have a touch of the tism, because I would look at him straight. Now you ask me a question.
So, is there anything you care to ask me?
No.
Oh, right.
Straight up. What? Like, what
do you want to talk about now?
Yeah. Once I've decided like this is not going well, you either leave the date or you make it interesting. And I mean, at that point, sorry. Ask questions, ladies and gentlemen. Ask questions. Here's another one. If you beg for his attention.
Find yourself begging for his attention. Not begging, okay, asking for his attention. If you find yourself asking for his time, the bare minimum, you get what I'm saying. I think it's time for you to start reassessing what you're doing, because at this point, it's like you're in a two-person rowboat, but only you are rowing. If you find yourself begging for
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, begging, yeah. But if like it's just a difference, right? Because some women will see this and say, oh, he didn't text me back within 5 minutes, or he's not answering every single one of my calls. Or, like, you got to understand that if he's a man and he's on his purpose, one of the reasons why you liked him and got with him is because he has stuff going on, and he can't just not have anything going on. But if he's not giving you any attention, I do like believe that people make time for the things that they feel are important. So you might not be top priority, especially if he's still building and growing, but he's going to make you somewhat of a priority and make sure that you know, he is checking that attention box.
Seems pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like a submissive and you're into that, like, that dominatrix begging for crumbs lifestyle. I don't know if you're if that's your kink.
I mean, I think he's meaning, like, if you're the one constantly reaching out first, trying to contact him first, trying to make plans, like, that's you begging for attention. Yeah, no, and you should not be doing that as a woman.
I mean, a woman can do that sometimes. See, it's like women will hear one thing and then they twist it and flip it in their mind to mean another thing. Like, no, he literally meant like you are actually begging, like you're not getting any attention at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, if you're the only one that's reaching out first and playing and stuff, then yeah, it also might be somewhat of a problem. But it might be a period like that where he's locked in and focused, right?
Yeah. No, or like anybody, probably. You shouldn't be begging anybody for attention. I mean, the dynamic that sets off in your relationship is if you are somebody not worthy of it and you have to, like, ask to be loved.
That is true. That's true. You don't want to give off needy, like a begging energy towards anything in life. You want to feel like you do deserve it, right?
Not a good one. Not a good one. I think that'd be like the work of like a narcissist or a manipulator. I know we're throwing around like therapy language or whatever, pop therapy language these days, but yeah, it's not a good precedent to set. Oh, simple. Yeah. Cool. Next. Now this guy I see on TikTok all the time.
His name is Montaigne.
He's always showing off his underwear and talking to the ladies. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh, hey. There's like this whole cult of guys that give, like, I've never seen any of these guys before, and they just, I guess it's because the algorithm, right? They are geared more towards what? Women.
Do you want to hear another absolutely disgusting secret about men that they definitely...
Not the pulling up the shirt so people can see the V and going, oh, hey, ladies.
First comment, is he getting hotter?
That's like me having my tits out and then being like,
hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey man, I don't necessarily want to see that, but women do the same thing as far as, you know, and it's also a strategy nowadays. Like you could like literally the first second of your reel can be like a video of a woman twerking or something, and then you can have something totally different related. Like, well, once you caught their attention with that first video, you'll get them to watch the rest of your video, hopefully. And that's just a strategy people do nowadays. And I guess it works towards the women's side also, because like first comment says, is he getting hotter? Second one says, the amount of times I watched this intro. They don't even know what he said in the video.
Cut that out.
We do not want you to know. And as usual, this is an absolutely foolproof method, so please pay attention and do not tell anybody that I told you. When it comes to talking to a man, you have way more power and agency than you think you do, so let me explain. For example, if you've had any less than stellar experiences with men in the bedroom, let's say, I'm going to tell you why it is probably happening. When you either compliment a man too much, whether it's the way he looks, how he is, before he's fully earned it from you, a man will get in his head and have an inflated sense of ego. And when that happens, he thinks, oh, I've already kind of earned this level of respect from her. I don't need to do much more work in order to get it. And therefore, when it comes to things in the bedroom, you think he's going to try as hard as he would if he were like still on his toes and had not earned your full level of respect? Absolutely not. So your big disgusting secret of the day is, if you want the man you're talking to work harder when it comes to the bedroom, or work harder in any other aspect, do not compliment him off the bat. Do not be too nice to him off the bat. You can play a little bit of a game with him. I promise you, if he likes you enough, he's going to work harder in every area.
I'm really
Now, I see what he's saying right there. And this kind of goes for men and women. You don't want to ever get too comfortable in your relationship. This is why some people say the dating phase should never end, even when you're married, right? Because when you first meet someone, every time you see them, you're putting your best foot forward. And a lot of times people, after just being so comfortable with that person, comfortability in a relationship is good to an extent, but you don't want to, like, this is the guy that he goes to the gym before he gets the girl, then he gets fat after he gets her, or the woman that lets herself go, and she just stops putting her best foot forward when it comes to being in the presence of her man and stuff like that. And that can get dangerous because it will lower attraction levels as time goes on.
Wrestling with myself right now because the advice is okay, but also this man, if you date him, is going to manipulate the shit out of you.
Oh yeah.
I'm letting you, I'm going to tell you a secret about men and how disgusting they are. Don't tell anybody that I told you, even though I'm posting it on my public platform that has
Hey man, it's smart marketing techniques. I'm not mad at bro at all.
2 million followers. Don't tell them, ladies, that I told you.
You're very manipulative and conniving, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Trying to mirror your behavior.
They're trying to mirror you so that they can get in your pants. Okay. Oh, oops. Do you want me to tell you something about women that's awful about them? I'm sorry. I can't. Okay, now actually to the heart of the conversation, to the actual advice.
Don't compliment him in bed or in anything. I think men want respect, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to compliment a little bit. I get what he's saying though. Don't overdo it.
I mean, the general advice is just be genuine. If you're disingenuous with somebody, what it's going to give you is disingenuousness back, or it's going to manifest in ways that are not genuine or do not feel good because they're not honest. So if you are lying to somebody and like complimenting and just swooning over everything that they do,
no one likes that though.
Right.
I think it also gets rid of that challenge aspect that men want.
Yeah. Just like be real.
Don't give him too much, but be honest about your opinions.
Yeah. Not saying nothing wrong with complimenting a guy if he lets it get to his ego so bad that he stops performing and stops doing everything that he needs to do. Then that's more of a him thing than a you thing. I feel like you as a woman were doing your job now. You don't want to just like, you know what I'm saying, give him rewards for stuff he's supposed to be doing and shit like that. But it's nothing wrong with compliments.
Yeah, respect him, give him a compliment where it's actually warranted. If you're actually thinking like, okay, that deserves a compliment. Now, if you compliment him too much, is he going to like suck in bed more? I
think you could say most people get lax in relationships a lot of the time.
Right.
That's true for both genders.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would happen. Maybe it would happen at the beginning.
I gotta be in the conversations that I've had. I don't think men are typically going into the bedroom trying to impress. I literally don't think that is, 95% of the time. I don't think that's at the front of their mind ever. Funny. I feel like when I talk to women and we're talking about like conversations like this, it's like a shock if a man tries. It's like, oh, he tried.
I feel it just depends on the guy and the woman as well. Like usually a guy is more so trying to put his best foot forward, especially in the beginning. But like you do have guys that after a while they do get lazy and shit, they might get that way with every woman that they interact with after a while. So yeah.
I don't agree.
Testosterone levels around the world lower than ever, people. They are lower than ever, so that's probably contributing to some of that.
I don't agree, but I will say that, you just have to be selective with the type of personality, and I think you can tell exactly who they are as a person. Tells you everything they do in bed.
Yeah, women are picking shitty men, and then they're like surprised when it's not good.
Like he doesn't text you back on time, and then
right, and then you think he's gonna perform.
This is why when I had a job, like, you know what I'm saying, ain't me, I believe how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I try to put my best foot forward with everything in life. When I had a job, I went there, I worked hard, and that led me to, work hard, get a nice physique outside of that, to also work hard to, build relationships and all of that stuff, work on my businesses and all that stuff. So, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So, if you're going to be lazy in one area, it does bleed into other areas of your life.
You think he's going to come tap dance? Yeah.
You're gonna get one more text. You're gonna get 1 minute sex.
Oh wow! Put that on the pillow. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We were talking about this, and I'm like, okay, from an evolutionary perspective, I can really understand why I think a lot of women are having these experiences with men. Because if you think about like procreation, I'm really gonna hyper intellectualize this, but procreation on a human level, it's not required for a woman to get anything from the sexual experiences. In fact, it's required for her to perform. If she wants children, she has to perform for this guy. He has to get his rocks off. Then a baby comes. There's no part of the female anatomy that is really cared about other than, taking this genetic material and making.
Hey, man. Hey, she ain't lying right here. Hey, she ain't lying.
It into a child. So I could see like with that being the standard for all of human existence, men are not programmed to care what happens with women in the bedroom. They have to be socialized to care about those things. And because women are becoming more sexual and more expressive about those things, now men are being socialized to care. But they don't care at baseline. So, like, I'm not surprised that most people have those experiences.
Yeah, most women do have those experiences.
Yeah, I would say like probably more than 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, look at those stats on female orgasms. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Welcome to the things we talk about.
Don't repeat that. I can't protect you.
We're sociologists, okay?
It's crazy that they gotta literally go, you know what I'm saying, 10 different dudes to get that stat.
These are anthropological conversations. Oh, okay, let's move on. We don't have much time here. All right. This one says dating for ladies. I'm not attracted to him though.
You do not go out with men on a first date if you don't have a baseline of physical attraction. You do not go out with him on a second date if you can't imagine yourself being intimate with him and sharing an intimate moment with him. If those two aren't there, there's no reason to look forward and saying, hey, let's play that stuff out. Now, your attraction will grow with him. So it is a little bit different than a guy. It can grow from a variety of things. He can be funny, he can be sweet, he can be charming, he can be semi-good looking, he can be successful, he can be competent, he can have a good confidence. Those things can make that up. But if you don't have a baseline of physical attraction, you don't go on date one. Don't be playing games with him, but also don't keep it going. Now, if you're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dates in and you can't see yourself wanting to be intimate with this guy, you need to let this go. Now, how do you let this go? Hey, Jack, it's been really well, but I don't think that we are a good match. But I really, really appreciate your time. That is it. That's it. End of story. Because
end of story.
Yeah, I don't really think too much is wrong with that. I feel like some guys would have something wrong with that advice just because you see guys. I just reacted to one the other day. Not the exact same situation, but went on 6-7 dates and she decided that it wasn't right, and he goes to TikTok and tells his side of the story, right? And that happens sometimes. Guys do feel a little bit jaded, but I think baseline there has to be a level of attraction, like physical attraction, like there with an understanding that looks will fade, and you do need to have love for that person and understand that if y'all are gonna be married, that marriage is about duty, it's about the kids, it's about legacy, it's about the family. It's not about your feelings at a certain point in time, because attraction goes up and down, your feelings go up and down, but the duty is still there.
How do you feel about this? You agree?
I guess because he does say you can develop that attraction, right? But he's saying if that doesn't come after a couple dates, then cut it off.
But he did say you don't even go on the first date. Well, we'll cut off the second, third, ninth, whatever. That is, of course, don't do that.
I disagree with the first date one. Maybe I would say second. If you're not attracted to him after the first date,
yeah, there's no redeeming qualities.
If his personality didn't make him more attractive, sitting at a date with him, then
I feel like women, they do need to be how she's open with it. They do need to have that openness, because it's not many options out there for you single ladies, man. So many guys locked up, so many guys playing for the other team, and the availability of good men is lower and lower. So at least be open to that first date. And if he's not funny, if the funniness ain't making him more attractive, his personality ain't doing it for you, you already weren't physically attracted to him, then it's probably best to cut it off around that time.
Women are far more inclined to date men for other reasons that are far outside the bounds of attractiveness. So I do think maybe his male brain is a little bit more on in this analysis than it would be for most women. And he does acknowledge that it is different for women. I think there's a whole lot more mobility that you have as a man with women than there is any mobility as a woman with men.
Because they don't care about your personality.
Yeah, man. Hey, the worst thing you could be in this world is a ugly woman, man. A fat, ugly woman. Ugly woman might still, she got a decent body. But a fat, ugly woman with no butt, man, hey, they cook, man.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. A lot of men, not all, a lot of them don't. I'm reminded, I hate to be this person, but Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, she's in love with that man.
Yeah.
Love with that man. And the world apparently isn't so much in love with that man and the whole lore around him that they named him one of people's sexiest men alive or whatever. And that speaks to womanhood. Okay. You are never going to see the female equivalent of Benny Blanco be nominated as People's Sexiest Woman of the Year. She will not be in the top 50, the top 100, the top 10 billion. Okay. And we don't even have 10 billion people on the earth. Okay. It just simply will not happen.
No, women will always be more judged on the way they look.
Yeah.
And you can't redeem yourself. It doesn't matter how.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about what men value, right? It's about what men value. Men and women value different things. Same way women value height, money, and all this different stuff. Men, one of their, of course, they want a good woman. They want a woman with wife qualities. But the first thing is going to be your level of attractiveness. That's just what it is. That's the kind of trade-off for it.
Funny you are. And honestly, if you're somebody that has such a great personality that men love, they just see you as a friend.
Yeah, and even so, I don't think. I don't think a lot of men are friends with women that they're not attracted to in some way. It's just not happening, and that's just like it's human biology. But to be honest, if you think about it, a man is looking. Again, I got to go for evolutionary perspective.
I do think ugly women probably do make good employees though, because you're not gonna be distracted. You're not gonna be, worried about trying to smash her and stuff like that. Keep you very focused. So there is a place for ugly women in this world. They will make good employees.
A man is looking for good genes to procreate, and like he can work and build on, like the personality or the politics or the values or whatever. Women are like, I'm taking a huge risk in being with a man. I'm going to carry his baby for 9 months. He has to protect me. He has to take care of me. That's far more about values and personality and like funniness and strength.
How you feel.
Yes. And then it has anything to do with how you look. You can be with a super hot man and super like insecure and unprotected. So women just have to think about those things more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say you on the first date if you think it can build. But after that.
Yeah, we know a lot of women that just go on dates and they're just like, yeah, whatever, fuck it, I'll go.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens, but they could be surprised.
Yeah, because they're not getting asked on dates. You got guys scared to approach. You got, like I said, the numbers just don't add up when it comes to each woman being able to have a man. So yeah, I feel like if you do get asked on a date and he doesn't look like a creep or ain't doing nothing weird, probably should give him a chance.
Yeah, I think like too, if a lot of men who maybe date outside of their league, if that's what we want to call it, and use these like terms or whatever, they put in more work for that relationship, and then the woman becomes more drawn to that man because he knows he's sort of
he knows what he has.
Yeah, he knows he's sort of hitting the home run there, so you're gonna get more from that man too. So there's something. It's
that balance of power.
Food for thought. Is there any more?
That's it.
It's our last one.
How did the fish do, ladies?
I think there's pretty good.
It was all reasonable advice, most of it.
Yeah, this is why I said, I feel like you can learn something from anything. I do know that there are certain teachings, like in the Bible, it says a woman shouldn't teach a man. But, a woman can tell you what a woman wants sometimes, even though that changes. And, women speak more so from how they feel in the moment rather than giving you like a whole just solid rule across the board. So it's going to be more difficult for a man to get dating advice from a woman. But I feel like, if your mother can give you some good advice, then, she can probably tell you, oh, that woman ain't good for you, even though, us as men, we ain't going to listen. We still going to mess with her and find out the hard way just because sometimes we hard-headed. But I think that you can learn anything from anybody, and men can give women some good advice sometimes, especially a man that's not jaded and is speaking in logic. And a woman can give a man advice sometimes. But like I said, the best people is going to be somebody married 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, that's been through it all, has endured through the hard times. That's going to be the best person to get some dating advice from. It's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Shout out to these women at the Amory Unfiltered.
I just wanna be great, just to be great, be great.